Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm joined once again by my business partner, John. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging out. I figured today we'd do something a little different, together.
Different.
Yeah, as usual.
As usual, but different.
As usual, but yeah, oxymoron, right? We're going to talk about what we've realized is the state of the market. What watches are selling, what are not. How's pre-owned doing? What's going on pretty much with Rolex, Patek, and the rest.
Nice idea.
But before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing the Rolex 16710 Pepsi, one of my latest acquisitions. Loving it, even though I'm going to do a review on this soon. What about you?
Today I have my Moser, H. Moser Mayu manual wind white gold little dress watch here.
Don't you love how we're both co-owners of this company? We both ended up buying Mosers. I mean, if that doesn't show our belief in the brand, I don't know what does.
I mean, the brand could fall apart tomorrow and I wouldn't care because I have one and the quality's really high. So I have one, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're done.
I'm good. The quality is really high, so...
Yeah, it's not... usually price tags go further than quality with most brands. Thing with Moser, it's just the opposite. You really do get a ton for your money.
The lower the price, the better the quality. It seems like, honestly.
It's like a reverse kind of scale, especially with Moser. But yeah, also, before we get started, tons of watches on DelReyWatch.com. Omega Speedmaster Reduced, Box and Papers, Rolex Yachtmaster, Box and Papers, soon to be Moser, not yet though, you guys are going to have to be patient.
Was that a Pioneer?
Pioneer, don't want to give too much away. And a vintage Speedmaster from 1970.
Wow, that's old.
Which is, it was your personal watch and you took care of it, so... All that and more at DelReyWatch.com. Also, check out the hot deals section for some crazy prices you can't beat on the internet. Is that about it for the shout-outs? Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So tell me, what's the status in your opinion?
Okay, so this video is not political at all, but people have been talking about a recession, at least in the United States economy. I can't talk to that necessarily, but I will tell you we've noticed it a little bit in the watch market. I'd say it's still extremely strong, but I've noticed a few brands trending downwards and a few brands not feeling the effects. I'm going to start with Patek Philippe.
Wow.
Particularly the steel sports models, Nautilus, 5711, 5712, 5980, yada, yada, yada. They have taken a huge price decrease, not officially, I'm talking on the market. In fact, Patek just had a price increase a little while ago. But even though, guys, don't get me wrong, even though there was a price decrease, they're still trading well above retail, okay?
Well more than they should.
Well above retail. I'm talking 5711 going from 70 to the high 50s when the retail is still in the 30s. So it's not like the end of the world, but there definitely seems to be a price correction. And I think it's deserved because I think prices reached certain kind of points that the watches just weren't worth, in my opinion. What do you think? Have you noticed that?
I mean, we're not a big Patek shop, but with the models that you mentioned that we do carry, yeah, sure, there's been a bit of a pullback, but I'm seeing more of a pullback, which probably is more relatable to most people in the Rolex market, primarily current generation Rolex, and also even to some of the more desirable prior gen Rolex, like something like a Kermit, not a Flat 4. There's just been a pullback, and I see in the comments people leave on my videos, John P., that some guys feel really betrayed by the brand. And so maybe setting aside the markets, some people do feel that the brand kind of rubbed them the wrong way, even though they really didn't make any statements. They never really said anything.
No, in fact, they also haven't had a price increase at all. But yeah, I've noticed particularly current gen, Daytona is staying. Steel Daytona, I haven't seen a movement.
Sure.
But Batman, Batgirl, Pepsi Jubilee, Hulk, I've seen them, in the pre-owned market, once again, still well above retail, but I've seen a 15% decrease in the past 2 months.
You can generally get an Explorer from an AD, whereas 6 months ago, people were shopping for these and you couldn't find them.
I want to be a little careful because there's going to be a few people in the comment section, oh, they're all sold out everywhere.
Oh, well.
You're just not looking hard enough. Yes, they are pretty much sold out, but a lot of ADs are getting stock now.
They get them in.
It's a false kind of... it's not false demand, but it's a false lack of supply, is what I'm trying to say. And yes, it certainly isn't easy. And yes, they're still trending above retail, but there has been a pullback. One we've absolutely seen.
Absolutely.
Now, on to other brands, Omega.
Wow.
I've actually seen it hold stable. What do you think? You're shaking your head, so you don't agree.
When the new wave dial ceramic bezel Seamaster came back out not too long ago, there was this serious resurgence for the brand, and they already had a decent demand, and then when that came out, everyone wanted Omega. They're like, I gotta get an Omega. The prior gen Seamasters with the ceramic bezel that I wear a lot with the flat dial
went up.
They went up. And they went up by a lot, and now they're starting to come back down a little bit to where they were before.
Which is normal.
It is normal, but the demand is lower.
I mean, yes, but I just think it's because the hype died down. Anytime there's a new release, things hype up, things hype down. But overall, I think you may be right, it may be a little on the low side, but overall, I think it's holding firm. Personally.
Much more firm than Rolex, I would say, but... I don't know. Omega was really going strong there for a second, and now it's just not where it was.
Maybe the entire market is trending slightly downwards.
That's a good point.
But I've been through some ups and downs, and I can tell you, we're still relatively strong right now. And I don't mean Del Rey Watch. I mean, yes, Del Rey Watch, but I'm saying the watch market in general is still relatively strong, in my opinion. But guys, this goes to show you need to look for the hidden gems.
What about Tudor? We have to talk about Tudor.
I mean, Tudor also down.
Tudor's very down.
Well, here's the thing. Yes and no, but I don't know if it's down for an economic thing or just because the hype has died down. Tudor, Black Bay 58, Pepsi GMT.
The bronze? No one wants the bronze.
I mean, those are finally available. You can go to an AD and buy them. So, of course... demand is going to fall, price is going to fall because they're readily available.
We walked into a Tourneau together, and the lady knew very little behind the counter. She was nice, but she points out this Tudor Black Bay bronze, and she's like, guys, this is a very hot watch.
And I wanted to let her know we have 3 in stock that we overpaid for.
It's very hot. Some people are selling this over retail price. Like, the way she said it, you were like, oh, wow, is that so, ma'am?
is that correct? But once again, I just think the new release hype is over. Tudor's doing fine, so is Rolex. It's a market correction. Honestly, I just think it's a correction in steel models. But what I wanted to say, and I think you agree, is there's some great deals to be had out there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, John, you got that Moser for a steal. I got my Moser for a steal. If you guys focus on brands like Blancpain, Moser, Dress Vacheron, Piaget, Breguet. I mean, honestly, if you do a little bit of hunting, you'd be surprised how far your dollar can go.
And they don't have the highest demand, but if you are a watch collector, a watch geek like us,
if you're going for the passion,
specs, what's inside,
not as an investment. Oh, but Rolex holds its value. Who cares? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice. It's nice that I can sell my Hulk and make a little bit of money. But if I was really concerned about investments, I'd put my money into like an index fund or something. I mean, I'm not buying watches as investments. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Are you buying watches as an investment?
No, it's a horrible idea.
I mean, it's a bad idea. But yeah, guys, keep digging. Go on Watch Recon. Check out Del Rey Watch. Check out our competitors. See what you can get that's similar. I think you'd be very, very surprised.
Sure.
On that note, guys, please don't forget to check out John's channel. That's John P. and The Real John P. on Instagram. Link in the description below. Go subscribe to him. A different viewpoint than what I have generally. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That way, it really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe. None of that.
None of this. Opposite of this.
Guys, thank you so much. and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.